the time? Where does it go? So much to craft, so much to sew. Time is ticking, there's a buzz in the air. Need to get ready, no time to spare.
Good morning, gifted crafters. It's crafting time.
Today is going to be that day. Gonna have things go my way. Embroidering fashion that sells. Using all my knowledge, I will excel. Stitch by stitch, let color shine bright. Turning a blank canvas into art feels right. Time is flying by and this is my art. With embroidery machines, I'm doing my part. I search the web for a magical design. Looking high and low as I sip on my wine. Metallic thread, watch it shimmer and shine. I transform my blanks into a one-of-a-kind. Stitch by stitch, let color shine bright. Turning a blank canvas into art feels right. Time is flying by and this is my art. With embroidery machines, I'm doing my part.
Live from the Sunshine State in Miami, Florida, here is the Gifted Crafters Morning Show with Nancy.
Good time. Ooh, time to get our craft on. Ooh, time to have fun. Ooh, time to feel good.
Good morning, Gifted Crafters, and welcome back to the Gifted Crafters Morning Show. Good morning, everyone. I see everyone out there in the chat ready to go because it's Monday. Yay, here we go again, another week. And we're ready to start something new and exciting, so that's always fun. Good morning. We've got Texas. We've got Maryland here. Good morning. Louisiana is here. Good morning, good morning. We've got our friends from Canada. Hey, we've got all kinds of people from all over the world. This is wonderful. We just love kind of connecting all the crafters together. Good morning, good morning. Awesome. All righty. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Seems like everyone's having a great morning and don't see too many people with some tough weather out there. I can tell you today it is pretty hot and we're going to have a really hot week. It was really hot over the weekend. Had a great weekend, spent some time with my mom yesterday and we had some fun just chit-chatting and rearranging some furniture around. She wanted to kind of rearrange the room, so we moved some stuff around. So that's always fun to kind of see things in a different perspective. There's my neighbor from Miami. Hey, how are you? Thanks for joining. So what did you guys do this weekend? I hope you had a nice time. Did a little bit of work at my mom's house and a little bit here at home. So, you know, had to kind of tidy things up and get things back in order. So that's always fun to do. 58 here in Heather. Wow, that's a nice break. Yeah, I can you send some of that down this way? I would really love that. Awesome. A cloudy day for Quilting with Harriet in Indiana. Awesome. Okay, so that's everyone's getting a little bit of break from the heat, I think, and hopefully it's not going to be such a stormy day, you know, nice and calm. So that will be great. Awesome. Okay, so guys, let's go ahead and grab our little drinks. Go ahead and grab your little coffee, tea, soda, whatever it is that you have in the morning. There's no judgment here. And let's give ourselves a little toast for another week, shall we? Let me just grab my little sip here. Or two. Still having my water in the morning. Yes, I am. Trying to be really good because I've been pretty bad lately. So I'm going to try to be a little bit good now. All righty, 106 flow. Oh gosh, ouch. Well, stay indoors and keep cool. Oh, Quilting with Harriet used her scan and cut for hot fix adhesive for the first time. Best cut ever, really. Awesome. And I haven't tried it with the scan and cut yet using the hot fix. I'm going to have to give that a try. Maybe it does work better with the scan and cut. Good point there. Thanks, Harriet. Okay. Wow. Yeah. 106 in Cary, North Carolina. Oh boy. Okay. Alrighty. So we've got our little drinks in place. Let's grab our little snacks. I know you guys love that food truck, and we've got some stuff going on here. And there's the food truck, and you can see we've got all kinds of snacks on here. We've got coffee, tea, muffins, donuts, sodas, anything you can think of, little danishes, and of course our healthy folks. We've got carrots and kale for you. So go ahead and get your snack and get yourself settled in because we're ready to give it a start. Now, we're having a little bit of issues with our Stream Deck, and so hubby's going to have to do things a little bit manually today. So bear with us today. Hopefully it'll be okay, but little technical issue. We're not sure what's going on, but we're going to move forward. Okay, so what do we have today? Well, today we are going to be starting our little box here, A Little Christmas, and this is a table runner and pillow pattern that can be purchased. Now, this is you can get this at the Fat Quarter shop, and this is by Beverly McCullough from Flamingo Toes, and this is a Riley Blake design. So really, really neat. And this is what the table runner and the pillow looks like here. So I think pretty nice little design, little Christmassy to kind of keep up with that Christmas in July theme. So I think we'll get one more project in before the month is over. And it should be a pretty quick one because it's just the pillow itself, which will be one block. And then you'll have 4 blocks that you are putting together for the table runner. It has some really pretty fabrics, and I went ahead and I starched my fabric last night so that I can have it nice and ready to go. I tried to start labeling it. I don't think I got to finish it, but we'll finish that today. And then there is one of the first steps on here is actually to fussy cut some of the pieces of the fabric. So that's going to be fun because we get to pick 4 different little designs that we want to use in our project here and fussy cut them, and those are always fun to do. Okay, so one more look before we go to that. One more look at the project we finished last week. Went ahead and made the label on Saturday, so in case you missed that, you can watch the replay on that. Talked about a couple different ways that you can make the label. We ended up embroidering the label, and I went ahead and added that here towards the bottom of my quilt. And the quilt itself, let me just give it a turn here. The quilt itself, we were very happy with the results of it, and I think the kids are really gonna love this for Christmas. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one away. I still have 2 more to make, and I'll be doing off camera. So those will be fun. And then I went ahead and did the label. We talked about all different ways of doing the labels, and we looked at some disasters that can happen when you are doing labels, right? So different ways that you can do it, whether it's handmade or it's done by a machine, all kinds of different things that we've talked about. And then I went ahead and just did a second one for the second quilt. I've got it ready to go. So yeah, it turned out pretty awesome. I did a little blanket stitch all the way around, and we did it right on the machine using the built-in designs from the machine. So no embrilliance, no anything needed, just your embroidery machine, because there's just so many things that you can do just with that. So we wanted to really focus on that, because you don't have to go out and spend money on designs and things like that all the time. It's nice to do that every once in a while, but you know, you can definitely change that around. What fabric color did I use for the elf face? Let me see, the elf face. Okay, this one, let me see if I have any of that scrap left. It's not a beige. Shoot. Let me think here if I have any left over. I don't think I have left over. Let me, who was it that asked that? Is that Cindy? Okay, Cindy, let me see if I can find it. I'll post it on Facebook for you. If I can find it, I'll let you know. I'll let you know, and I'll post it on Facebook. I gotta look it up to see. I think I may have it, but I gotta find it. So let me let you know on Facebook. Is it a soft beige? Probably. I believe it is, but let me double check for you, and I'll get back to you. I'll let you know on that one, because I can't recall right off the top of my head, but I usually put it down somewhere. So I'll let you know. Okay. No, it's not a peachy beige, though. It's not a peachy beige, no. But I'll let you know. Okay. I think Mr. H is getting a little frustrated with manually switching things around. Okay, so for the quilt that we are making, I am not an affiliate with them, but I did put the link in the video description if you guys want to make this along with me. I got it pretty quickly. So it wasn't any hold up on this, and it was at a decent price. I like to kind of keep mine's low cost, because some of these kits, while they're gorgeous, they are pretty pricey. So I like to kind of keep my kits a little bit on the low end for, you know, budget purposes. So yeah, but this is a lot of fun. It looks like it's going to be really great. I'm going to make this for my mom. I know she would really like to have, you know, she likes to have something new every year. So this will be a nice little table runner that we can put on the table for Christmas. And I think she'll really like that. So we're going to go with this one. Again, it is by Beverly McCullough, and if you don't know her, she's got a lot of material out there, so you may want to check out all the things that she does. She owns Flamingo Toes, and she's a designer for Riley Blake. So a lot of fun on this one. Can't wait to get started on that. But before we go into any more detail on this stuff, we got to get over to our crafting news. And we want to go ahead and do that. So let's see if we can switch over to that segment. There we are. Okay, so we're going to go over to Jacksonville, Illinois, and we're going to look at the River County Quilt Show. That's back this July with all the old favorites and some exciting new additions. So it's happening at the Jacksonville High School on Friday, July 25th from 10 to 4 p.m. And that's going to continue on Saturday, July 26th from 10 to 5 p.m. You're going to see over 200 quilts that were made by local crafters, and everything from cozy bed quilts to charming table runners and bags. So they've got a couple new things this year. They got a few fresh vendors and a special bed turning event that's featuring historic quilts that are at least 50 years old. And there's some that are nearly 200 years old. Can you imagine that? That must be amazing to see. So it's really, really cool. A lot of history there and a whole lot of love in those quilts. Tickets are only $10 and they're good for both days. And there's going to be raffles, quilt appraisals, a silent auction, and even scissor sharpening. So bring your dull pair of scissors. I love that they have that. You know, that's just really awesome. That you can go and get your scissors sharpened at the same time of going to an event. That's pretty cool. Take advantage of that if you do get to go. Really, really nice if you're nearby. You know, it's just a nice way to support some local crafters and the Jacksonville Area Museum. And they receive proceeds from the raffle and the auction. So pretty cool on that. Okay, we're going to go over now to Milton, New Jersey. So if you're in that area and you ever wanted to try crocheting, but you didn't know where to start, well, this is a nice opportunity for you that's happening this summer at the Milton Public Library. They're hosting a free, yes, I said free, Crochet for Beginners session. And that's happening on Saturday, July 26th from 11 to noon. It's open to everyone ages 9 to 99. Now, this is the second class of the month. The first one was back on July the 12th. It's perfect for total beginners. They'll even provide you with the yarn and hooks. So you are welcome to bring your own supplies if you have them, but the best part is that there's no sign up that's needed. So that's pretty cool. Just show up and stitch away. They just make crocheting really a lot of fun, and they like to promote that creativity. It's really also good for your health because studies have shown that it does improve your health by lowering your stress, which is really nice. I know my mom enjoys that, and it improves your memory, it lifts up your mood, and it even helps with that hand coordination. So you may want to pick it up if you haven't done that already. So I think that was two little stories that I thought were really cool out there. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And then I have my own little announcement. I'm going to be attending the Sewing and Quilting Expo in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and that's going to be happening in September. So I do have my tickets. I've gone ahead and I've picked my classes. I'm going to be bringing my mom along, so that's going to be a lot of fun. We registered, me and my sister kind of got on the phone this weekend and we kind of nailed down all of our classes, and we are going to be taking my mom along. This is our first time ever going to an expo, so I think she's going to be quite surprised when she sees how much stuff is going to be in there. But we are definitely gonna have a ton of fun on here. I did tell my sister we're splitting my mom up, so I'm able to take one class by myself. My sister's able to take a class by herself, and then we're taking a class where all of us are there together. I don't know what we're gonna get done in that class, especially with my mom, but it's going to be a lot of fun trying. Okay, so you guys are welcome to join us. I'm going to be taking making a t-shirt blanket with a serger, and that's going to be a lot of fun. My good friend Jamie is going to be teaching that class, so that's going to be a great one. Another class that we're taking, and this is the one where all three of us are together, is the heirloom sewing techniques on a serger. So we're going to kind of getting into the serger a little bit, and then I'm going to be doing a serger bag class. Let's do zippers. So that's going to be some fun classes that I'm going to be taking over Friday and Saturday of that week. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I do have my serger here, but I haven't really used it very much, and that's why I kind of want to take some classes on it, get myself a little bit inspired to maybe do some stuff on the serger, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to do that. Let's see. So guys, don't tell my sister this. I don't think she's on. I don't think she'll watch the replay, but don't tell my sister, but we're going to be making a music video together. I know you guys know that we are working on our next CD. And so there's a song that we have put together, and I think it's really neat. And I want to make a little music video, but she doesn't know that yet. But we're going to be making a music video there too. I'm going to try to do it along with the song. I think it's just going to be a fun thing to do to kind of let you guys see that when we release the song. You guys can not only just hear the song, but you can watch the music video too. And I think it's just going to be a lot of fun to do. So we're going to try it. I don't know how it's going to come out. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but we're going to at least try. So yeah, it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to video like little clips, and then we'll kind of edit it and put it all together and make it into the music video. So it's going to be fun. We'll see what happens. I don't know, but we're going to have fun trying. So once we have that ready, we'll let you guys see it when we're ready to release the song. But the CD is coming along nicely. We've got a few songs already done. So it's building. It's just, it's a lot of work to put it all together. Writing the lyrics is a little difficult because, you got to figure out what you want your theme to be on the song. So everyone has a little bit of a theme. So yeah. Your fan club will love whatever you do. Thanks, Heather. We'll see. Hey, at least it'll give you guys a good laugh, right? It'll give you a good laugh just from us trying. But I hope you guys like it. But, we'll have fun doing it. And, it'll just be fun to watch, if anything, right? Okay. So let's get going on our project here, because let me just kind of move these things over. I don't want them to go flying. Oh, there is my sister, guys. Good morning to you too. Miss, I am retired and just woke up and rolled out of bed. Alrighty, so there's my sister, Boricua Sewing and Crafts. If you guys are not sure who I'm talking to, that is who I am addressing. Okay, so let's talk about the fabrics that came in this kit. So again, we are doing a little Christmas runner and pillow pattern, right? And so these are the fabrics that came with the kit, and then I've gone ahead and starched them last night, hung them up on my little hanger here, and they are now nice and dry. And so all these little yellow sticky notes was me starting to label the fabrics on what was what. Because I have one here that I couldn't figure out where it belonged to, and I have to kind of go back and do it again. So I figured I'd do it with you guys. Okay, so let me put this here so you guys can see that. Let me move this over. So, whoops. Let me give you guys that close up on this. So it's a little Christmas. There's the runner. There's also a pillowcase here. Okay. It's really, really pretty. Really, really pretty. So I think it's really screams Christmas, and I think she's really gonna like it. So that's that. Now, these are the fabrics, and these are the ones that I have already starched but need to be ironed now. So actually I'm going to stick them over, and we're going to do these one at a time. And here I'm going to start with the first one, and I've labeled this as fabric A. And from what I read in the instructions, this particular fabric is one that we're going to be fussy cutting. So you get to fussy cut 4 pieces here. I'm getting like a little, oh, here. That's why. Got a little pin sticking up here. Let me just move that out. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I've got to pick 4, and that's going to be hard because these really are nice. And I can't pick. So I know one for sure. I definitely want the little candy canes here to be something that I'm going to do. And then let me show you where that is. Actually comes out, I think, clearer on the box. Let me see if you can see the box. Yeah, so on the box, can see how that center square has that little little bell here? That's what we're fussy cutting, is this center square right here. And so we've got to do 4 of those because they're for the table runner. It requires 4 different blocks. So we're going to do 4. I keep going the wrong way. There it is. We're going to do 4 of these. So I have to pick 4 different ones that I'm going to fussy cut. And they have some really cute ones on here. They've got a little house, a little fireplace, some cats, a little deer, some bells. I just really love the candy cane one. I think the candy cane's adorable. So that would be a really nice center to go, you know, right in the middle there. So I went ahead and starched it, and I just used Faultless last night. So I used a little bit of that, and now I'm just going to give it a quick little press while I am with you guys, just to kind of get that step going. And I want to talk about the fussy cutting because there's a couple of different rulers that you can use to help you to fussy cut. But I have one, but it's not the size that I need it to be. So I'm not going to be able to use it. So I'm just going to use a different ruler. It's actually a stripology ruler that I'm going to be using, and it's going to be fine with that. So just going to go ahead and get this part done. And I like to kind of just go up and down and side to side, just so it doesn't warp on me. Let me grab these out of the way. Actually, I'm going to put them over here. Okay, so this is the first one, and this is what we're going to need to fussy cut on here. So let me just give you a little bit of a close-up on here. I'll bring some of this so you can see some of the designs a little closer. Can you guys see that? So we've got some really pretty ones on here. And let me find the candy cane, which is down here. That's the one that I really want. This is going to be the first one I'm going to fussy cut. Do you guys have any favorites on here? They've got some really cute stuff. They've got the little tree. The little tree is really cute too. Where did the tree go? This one here. I think that may be my second. But I do love the fireplace here and the little house. I think those are really cute too. So we'll have to see. We'll have to pick 4 of them in here, and then we're going to fussy cut them. So let me show you guys the ruler while we're on this right now. So these are the rulers that I have. This one is a June Taylor ruler. It's called the Get Squared ruler. And I like it because you can kind of just lay this. And actually, let me put the fabric first, and then you can see how it would work. Let me fold this in half. Okay. So with this ruler, the inner square is 4.5. And the outer square is 8.5. I need it to be 5 inches. So it doesn't work for me. I wish this was just a little 1/2 inch bigger, but it's not. But I like how you can kind of lay it on here, and I can really, you know, see where it's going to land. And then I would go ahead and cut right here. And it has the little slits right here where I would cut it, and I would be able to fussy cut it right out, which is really neat. And they have a bunch of rulers like these. But again, the one that I have is only 4.5 inches, and I need it to be 5. So you can go crazy with these rulers, you know. At the time, I was using a lot of blocks that were 4.5 inches, so that worked for me. But for this particular project, it's not going to work because it's too small. I need it to be bigger. So I'm not going to be using this ruler, but this is one that, you know, they've got them available out there at different sizes. And I like that you can kind of put it down and you can really see what you're fussy cutting. And then you can get that, you know, block all cut out really nicely. So I like this ruler, but just doesn't work for me in this particular project. So the one that I am going to be using, you better watch fussy cutting, as I saw on the box that fabric is used several places. You know, Cindy, I wonder if that's why I was a little confused. And I don't know, Cindy, if you made this one already, I could sure use your help, because it's a little confusing when I was reading the pattern, trying to figure out what was what. Like, they didn't really do too great of a job laying it out. You could try to do it on my scan and cut. Yeah, Jackie, I could do that too. But in terms of identifying the fabrics and labeling them and just knowing what was what, yeah, it's making me a little nervous, because I have that one piece and I couldn't figure out what stack it belonged to. So Cindy, I hope if you made this already, I can sure use your help with it. So we'll see. I'll ask you more questions as I go along. All right, so this is the one that I think I'm going to use. So this is a Creative Grids ruler. It's a Strapology mini squared ruler, and this one I'm able to kind of do it this way because it's going to be 5 inches. I'll follow the 5-inch line here, and here's the 5-inch line going across, and then it has that dotted line, which is where you will follow, and you'll see the dotted line going across here, and that's how you'll know where your center is. So you can kind of use this too. Only thing, you would need to cut 2, and then I would have to turn it and then line it up again and then cut 2 more, which is fine. I'm totally fine with that as well. But yeah, that's just what I'm going to use for that. But yeah, I know that I do want to save as much fabric as I can. So I don't want to like pick things that are kind of way out of the way and I end up using this entire fabric just cutting those 4 pieces. Because yeah, I'm a little afraid because of the way it's laid out in the instructions, but we'll see how it goes. Nope, not me. It is very nice though. Okay. All right. Well, no worries. Just follow me along with my journey and we'll see what happens on here, right? There's always ways to correct things, so we're not going to worry about it. But this is the first one, and this is what I am labeling as fabric A. So I'm going to go ahead. I've already given it a press. I'll probably press it again later, and I'll put my little sticky note on here labeled as, as fabric A, and I'm just going to bring my pins and just pin that over. And just hold that together for me. And then I'll set this to the side. So let's go over to the next one. I'm going to put my pins behind here because the iron is still hot. And I'm going to get these rulers out of the way for right now. Okay, so the second fabric here, this is considered fabric B. And it's just a little strip here of some little berries, and they're very pretty. Try to flatten it out here. I do it this way. And let's go ahead and give that one a press. You guys, and this is right hot off the hanger, right? Had them hanging all last night. So nice and starched here. There we go. I like to kind of do both sides. But I think they're very pretty fabrics. I think they're going to go well together. And then for this one, I'm just going to kind of loop it here, put my little post-it note basically, and just pin it in place. I don't have the little alphabetties. Do mean to get those at some point, or maybe even make my own. We'll have to see how that goes. And let's go over to fabric C here. And I'm trying to remember where it was in the instructions that it was a little confusing. But this particular fabric is used for 2 parts of the design, because they said to use this for 2 different pieces. So we'll have to be careful on that one. Oh, forgot I have my pens there. Let me move that out the way. And so here, this one is a very pretty fabric as well. And it's going to be used in 2 parts on the design itself. And it's not really 2 parts. It's just that it's going to be the square that's going to go around what you fussy cutted. So you have to cut the 2 top pieces and then the 2 side pieces. And they're both going to be coming from the same fabric here to kind of form that little ring around. So this will be fine. I think we have more than enough fabric on this. I mean, I'm not sure how generous they are, but I think they're pretty generous in terms of the amount of material that they give you. Glenda says, what starch did I use? I use Faultless. I use Faultless for this one. I think that's going to be fine for this. I just went ahead, sprayed it last night, and I hung it on my little hangers that I got from Temu. That seemed to work perfect for this. And then I just hang it in my bathroom, and I keep that overnight. And so this morning they were all nice and dry and ready to go. And so these little hangers, you know, they're nice because you can just kind of clip them, and then I kind of take them one by one, give it a nice spray, and then I just leave it overnight. So, all right, this is going to be fabric E. And let's get that one laid out. I think this is a very pretty Christmassy color. Yeah, and let me pull this over to this side so I can get the press going. There we go. Very, very pretty though. Very pretty Christmassy fabrics. I think it's going to make a very pretty table runner. My mom will like that. It's got some reds. It's got some pinks in here. And I'm going to flip this over to do the other side. Normally I would just iron this way, but in order for you guys to be able to see, I'm kind of doing it this way. So it's a little awkward for me, but it's okay. I'll work with it, right? Yeah, the fabric is beautiful. I love it, Connie. It is a very pretty fabric, and I think the table runner is going to be gorgeous. So I kind of already, essentially, I kind of picked the theme for my mom's table already. Got to get ready for Christmas, right? I mean, that's what Christmas in July is all about, just getting ready. Because we want to be able to enjoy it and not have to get ready at the last minute. So that is fabric E. So I went ahead and put that together. Now this is going to be fabric F. It's similar to the green, but this one has the red background. And so it's got the greenery with the leaves and stuff, but then, and it's got a little bit of pink in it, but the bells and everything else are white. So it kind of makes it pop a little bit there. Just pretty cool. So I think it's really nice colors. I think are really going to pop on the table. But I think starching is really important because this is like your base, right? This is the base of your project. And if you think about what you're going to be doing on this project, there's a lot of piecing going on. And so if you're going to be piecing, you want to make sure that your fabric kind of stay as still as possible and doesn't move around so much on you. So it's really important to starch it. What we're doing in South Louisiana. Oh, shop hop this week. Awesome. That fabric is on my list to find. Oh, awesome. So again, it's a Riley Blake design, and it's Beverly McCullough. So really, really pretty. It is pretty. I hope you do find it in your shop hop. If not, you can always go to the Fat Quarter shop and get the kit. Again, I'm not an affiliate, but I do, you know, anything that I like, I'm going to put it out there anyway. There we go. Very pretty, right? Really gorgeous. Was it Heidi says I was recommended to use the gold and white can of the Faultless. Is that the same one that I use? I do use that one as well. Let me see if I still have the can here. Nope, that's the basting. Give me a second. I'll have to dig it up here. There was a couple. This is not it though. Hold on. Because it was, here it is. So there's a couple out there. When I went to the Walmart, this is the one I normally use. This is Faultless. It's the heavy finish. This is the one that I normally go out and I get. Let me put it on the side cam here. Okay, it's a heavy finish. But when I went to the Walmart, they didn't have this one available. I guess they were out. So I ended up getting this one here. This is a Faultless Premium. And I was not too sure about this one. But I did pick it up, and I picked up 2 cans of it. But it ended up that I did, when I got back home, I saw I had one more can of these. It was just all the way in the back. And so I was able to use this one to kind of finish it up. But this is the gold can I think that you are talking about. And this is Luxe Finish. And I think this will be totally fine for it as well. But I haven't given this one a try. I did end up using the heavy finish because I still have, and I still have a little bit left on here. So, you know, I like to kind of use up what I have before I go picking up some more. Let me put this on this side so it's just out of my way here. Okay, there we go. I'll get to that later. Okay, so let's move over to the next one. Phil says, I use the gold can all the time and you love it. Okay, there you go. Thanks, Phil. Awesome. So there you go. So, you know, I haven't compared, and I don't know if, Phil, if you've ever used the heavy one, if there's a comparison, but she seems to like it. So looks like it's good. It's a winner there. So I think we'll be fine with that. So here is the next fabric, and this one has a little bit of a weird background to it. It's a little bit beige-ish in the background, and it's got the berries and stuff. But the other, there's another one that has the white background, and this one kind of has like a beige background. So kind of weird there. Not sure exactly where this one's going to land, but this one is actually used for 2 pieces as well. So I'm labeling this as fabric GNH. So we'll see. I use the Luxe Finish since I cannot find the premium, which was my favorite, but Luxe works great. Okay. Yeah, and it was weird because I couldn't find the premium. They only had the Luxe. Do I spray the back of the fabric? Yep, Cindy, I spray it all over. I do the front, I do the back, the top, the bottom, all over the place. Because you don't know exactly what you're going to use, right? I'm not sure when I cut it what's really going to go on. So I just do it all over. And then I don't have to worry about it. You know, I just get all of it done. I starch often. I generally will spray and let it dry before ironing. Exactly. So I sprayed these last night and I let them dry overnight. I just put them on the little hangers and I leave it overnight, and in the morning they're nice and dry and ready to go. So now we can just iron away and we'll be good. But that's just the way I like to do it. You know, if you kind of just let it go overnight, kind of stays out of the way, and I just hang it up and I'm good. Let's see. Does either of the starches have a heavy fragrance? No, actually, I don't smell any fragrant to it, and I don't think it has. I don't think it says anything about a fragrance on here. No, I mean, it would say, you know, smells, I don't know, strawberry or whatever. It doesn't say on here. Let's see. Yeah, I know you can get some migraines with some of those scents. I could definitely hear you on that one. I mean, it may have just a slight little smell to it, but it's not like a fragrant smell that'll really like last. It's just that starchy smell. But it's not heavy. It's not heavy. At least for me, I don't find it to be heavy at all. And I'm pretty much would know. All right. Let me clip this. All right. Yeah, Celia says neither of the cans have fragrance. Yeah. I didn't see anything in there that indicated a fragrance. It just has that starchy little smell. But it's not anything heavy or anything like that. It's not like a fragrant itself. So here is the next fabric. This is fabric I. This one's very pretty. Again, it's got some pink with the green. I think it's adorable. Just get this one nice and pressed. There we go. Very, very pretty. Don't you guys love ironing your fabrics? I think that's like one of the best parts because you get to see how pretty they are. I think it's really nice. Have them nice and ready to go. Let me flip this over to this side and grab the other side here. Let me get to iron this. Now this iron allows me to just kind of leave it to the side and it will pop up, but I'm in a pretty tight space, so that's why I'm just picking it up and putting it, sitting it upright, just for, you know, the space. So here we go. Very, very pretty. And here is my little label on here, and I'm going to grab another pin so it doesn't move. And that's that one. And then we have two more left. So we've got this one here, and this is the one that I don't have labeled. I have to kind of go back and see where does this one belong. And this is, again, it's another fabric of the berries. It's just a slightly different colored background. So kind of odd. I couldn't figure out where this one goes at a first glance. I'll have to kind of go back and look at the directions again. But I'm sure it's going to be gorgeous wherever it goes. So very, very nice here. Okay. So this one does not have a label. I'll just kind of fold it this way. So I'll have to go back and look that one up. And then we've got the background fabric and we've got the binding as well. I did not starch the binding just yet because I just didn't want it to be in the way. So I'll kind of go back and do that one when we get to that step. So let me unhook here. And then you can see the background fabric's pretty large piece. And these are my little hangers that help me to hang everything up and get everything starched. Okay, so here's the background. It's a very pretty background. I think it's going to be gorgeous on the background here. It's kind of like a little Christmassy snowflake type of effect. It's very, very pretty, very clean like. So I do like that. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm labeling this as fabric J, which is our background fabric. Quite a large piece of that, and I think it's just gorgeous. Okay, Celia says she uses 1/3 Material Magic, 1/3 Best Press, and 1/3 water for starching, but I saturate it in a tub when I spray though. I use Faultless Heavy like Nancy does. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, I love the Best Press just for the smell. I think I'm addicted to that smell. It's just like a really nice lavender that they have. And I have that as well, but I just went ahead and used this one. Got back pretty late from my mom, so I thought this would be just fine. Oh, here's one piece I did not get to iron. So I'm just taking this piece by piece and just ironing it this way so I can get everything in. Little piece here. Okay. And you can see it's kind of starchy in here. A little papery kind of feel to it, but that's really going to serve its purpose when we start to cut and stitch with this, right? Once we run it through the machine, we don't want our fabric moving around on us. So I think it's going to be nice that it's going to stay nice and put. So let me try to move this as close as I can. I'll give it a better press when we're off the air because I'll have more space to do it. So I probably will press it again just to kind of get it going. But very, very pretty. And you can see down here, oh, let me move it up a little bit here. On the selvage, you can see right down here, it says Flamingo Toes, Beverly McCullough. So that's all the information. This is the pattern number if you need that, in case you're trying to just look for maybe like a bolt of it or something, or, you know, for a different project. It's all on the selvage there. So great to find the information in case you wanted to just pick up some more of this fabric, right? Maybe you have another project or you want to do another one of these. The kit will give you enough to make one table runner and one pillow. So in the event you want to do a second one, you can find her collection. And that is about it. I think we're almost done here. Just set this here. Got one more piece here. And again, this one's a little bigger, so it's a little harder for me to do here. But I will give it one more press properly when I'm off camera, so I could stand up and kind of flip my table the other way so that it really falls flat. But this will be good for now. Okay. Alrighty, so that is pretty good, decent first press here. I will come back, and there's a couple little areas that I missed, but that's okay. I'm going to come back and press it again later. I'm just going to fold this over for now, just to kind of set it to the side. And of course, my label on here, I like to pin this down so they don't go flying off somewhere. And that's going to be that. Let me just pull these over to the side. And I'm going to show you one more fabric before I get to our quote. I just want to show you the binding fabric. This is the binding. It's a very pretty little plaid here. So I think that's going to be really pretty as well. I did not starch this one, which is why I have it in the box, and I just labeled it as binding. So I'm going to do that later on, because then it just kind of gets in the way and it's going to be all wrinkly again. So I'll save that and kind of starch that later and kind of go through the process for that a little bit later. Alrighty, so let's go over to our inspirational quote of the day, shall we? Because we're getting towards that end. Alrighty, for our inspirational quote of the day, it is, even when starting a new project, the wisdom of every stitch from past projects is carried forward. And that's what I'm hoping you guys will help me with as well. So if you guys maybe have made this project, or if you have tips or things that you see as I'm moving this project along, you know, let me know in the chat or email me or anything like that, because we're going to be doing this together. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun to be able to share different techniques and different tips from you guys as well. Alrighty, well, thank you guys for tuning in today. I hope you're going to really enjoy our new project for the week. And let's kind of head on over to see Power Tools with Threads. We've got Becky coming on. We like to support all of our YouTube creators out there. So let's head on over there and see what she has for us. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope to be crafting with you soon. Bye, everyone.
So long for now, so long. Glad you stayed a while. Hope you liked my crafting style. Hope I left you with a smile. By now, keep your mind and space clutter free. Hope your day is bright as can be. So long, my friends, till we craft once again. Bye now, stay crafting. See you tomorrow. So long, my friends, till we craft once again.